Hello, welcome back to the Empowered Hearts podcast. We have been away, but we are now here. That's all that matters. Hi,
Yep.
Crystal.
Hi.
So today is officially episode 54, and we want to share about different healing modalities. I did a post on this the other day that I channeled when I was in the shower. My guides brought it through and were like, you need to talk about this. And I was like, okay. And I brought it to Crystal's attention, and I was like, I think we should share these healing modalities. And then Crystal was
Mhm.
like, well, why? Why do people need to know healing modalities? And Crystal brought it through that a lot of people right now, and this could be you, the listener, is going through a dark night of the soul.
Mhm.
Now, what is that? We've talked about this
Yeah.
before, but let's talk about it again.
Yep.
Your life could be in shambles for one reason or the other. You're having a major tower moment, meaning the rug could have been pulled beneath you in life. Whether
Mhm.
it was probably not on your own choice, and or you could be waking up to realizing that this life that you're living in is not what it seems.
Yeah, something's
That
not fitting.
something's not fitting, right? You could be like, really waking up to maybe the fact of life is not this cookie cutter 9 to 5. We do this and we don't question life. You could be maybe really questioning your life right now. And if you are feeling like, what the fuck is going on right now in life? What do I do? Something's off.
Yeah.
Episode and the next episode is for you. So,
Yes. I would like to add, um, we have been taught to believe that life should be a certain way, that we should have a career path and know what we're doing, or that we get married and it's marriage for life, or, like you have to follow a certain diet. And you're realizing that even though maybe your life hasn't changed, but something just isn't fitting right now and you're going through a funk. You don't feel the same as you did before. That is like the number one flag that you are probably going into a dark night of the soul, or like a shadow um alchemy. It's like all of a sudden you just feel different, and not in a good way, because it doesn't feel good. Like, let's just make that very clear.
yeah. um you could be questioning everything like, why am I dating this person, or like, why do I have this job, or why did I answer that question this way? Like, your life could you could feel very foreign in your own life,
Yeah.
right? Like, you just don't belong in this life you've created for yourself. And I know that that can be very scary, but it's actually a really beautiful thing because it means that
Mhm.
your soul is asking you to grow. It's
Yeah.
asking you to evolve. And Crystal and I both know this through walking the path more than once,
Hmm.
leaving stuff that's not for us, and changing, even when changing looks so much scarier than staying the same, we do it anyway because we understand when something doesn't fit. It's like when the shoe doesn't fit anymore, do you buy a bigger shoe or do you force your toes in there? It's like it's that
Yeah.
analogy.
That's exactly what, yeah.
Your foot's kind of
Yeah.
comfortable in that shoe, and a new shoe is going to take you a hot minute to wear it in, but you don't fit the old shoe anymore. And if your life's not fitting, it's actually beautiful.
It
So
is beautiful because we're not meant to conform.
no, but we are indoctrinated to think we should.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I was going with that too. I kind of lost my train of thought, but we've been taught to live a certain way, but as we awaken, we realize that that certain way is just programming. It is somebody else's belief that this is how it should be. But your life is meant to be lived freely, in the way that you find out what it is that your natural talent and or whatever it is that lights you up is your path.
Yeah.
And so like the more that we start to move and shift and change it, it is really scary. And that's when we have a dark night of the soul, which is essentially a belief system that you carried is starting to die in your energy because you are learning a new way of living and it feels awful.
Awful. Awful. Like it,
Awful.
it's like there is, or it's, or yeah, a belief system, a situation, a
Yeah.
person,
Yep.
like we've
Hmm.
talked about your story on here with your marriage, right?
Hmm.
Like when something is no longer, and these are all spiritual jargon words, so I'll try to like not,
Human it up.
yeah. Like what I was gonna say is when something's not in alignment with you anymore, but like that's spiritual jargon, like how when something just is no longer right for you,
Hmm.
you're gonna have, you're gonna feel a like a dis-ease or a discord in
Hmm.
your energy, in your life. You're gonna wake up in the day, you're gonna wake up in the morning and be like, I can't date this person anymore. What the heck? And it's
Why
like,
do I feel this way?
why do
I
I
shouldn't
feel?
feel this way. There's
Yeah.
something wrong with me.
Yeah, and you're gonna kind of, you'll probably deny yourself because you'll be like, oh, it wasn't that bad what they did, or oh, like it's fine. And you'll try to talk yourself into it probably for a while
Hmm.
because it's supposed to be this way. But
Yeah,
no, those are all cues of it's time for a change. Same
exactly.
with like a job. If you wake up and you're like, I can't do this anymore, but you keep forcing yourself, and then the universe gives you a push and it's
Yeah.
and you're like, no, but it's fine. Like it's not that bad because you're scared, right?
Yeah.
Your
Let's
ego.
talk about sorry, you finish what you're going to say, the ego.
Well, the ego's job is to keep you safe, right?
Yeah.
And what that means is the ego is trying to keep you from dying. And so anything that we do that is new, and I say that with quotations,
Yeah.
your ego thinks you're going to die because you've never done it before. If you've
Hmm.
done it before, it has a place of reference. So it's like, oh, that's okay. We didn't die. Let's do that again.
Yeah.
It's not actually real, right? It's literally just the part of you trying to keep you from dying. It's the reptilian part of you, the part of you that is like based in survival, that is just trying to keep you alive. And if we try new things, we don't have a reference point and
Mhm.
that's all that it is. It doesn't mean you're actually going to die. It doesn't mean those thoughts are true. It's just they're fear-based thoughts.
Yeah. And like your mind is kind of like a risk analysis.
Yes. Well, like,
Well, right? It's like you've either learned it from someone else, you've experienced it, you've heard about it. And so your mind will be like, well, I can't leave this person. I have to make this work,
mhm.
for the kids, or, I made a vow, or, yeah. And so I think it's important to share what feelings we're going to feel when it comes to this part of our life so that we can recognize what is happening.
Okay.
Go ahead.
You're going to feel fear. You're going to
What
feel,
does fear feel like in the body?
okay, so let's talk. So you're going to feel fear. You're going to feel doubt. You're going to feel probably worry. You're going to feel sadness. You're going to feel probably confused. Confused. So I would say those,
Panic, even sometimes panic.
yep.
The thought of making a big life change can send us into a panic, anxiety.
Yeah, fear. I'd say those are
Hmm.
categorized under fear, like
Yep, yep.
fear, panic, anxiety, doubt,
Hmm.
worry, that can be in fear as well, sadness and confusion.
Yeah.
You will like those, and they could all come at once. They could come. at different points. Um, and they're going to show up, like you said, in your body, in your field differently. So, what does fear feel like? Well, it feels like, your chest is tight, your throat is tight.
Yeah.
Mind could start over analyzing everything. That's at least
Hmm.
how it goes up for me.
Feel
Um,
sick to your stomach.
Feel sick to your stomach. You could experience like panic attacks, anxiety, uh,
Sweaty palms.
yeah, dissociation.
Like,
Like
yeah.
it's a big one for me. Like feeling like, so there's two different types of dissociation. One is, this is categorized under the DSM-5, so we're just going to use medical terminology for a minute. Derealization, which is when the world on the outside feels unreal. And then there's depersonalization, when you feel like you're kind of watching yourself from behind or above. And these are trauma responses to keep you safe, to keep you from feeling, right? So you could feel numb and
Hmm.
also anger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anger's a big one.
yeah,
Anger's a big one. And it's interesting because sometimes you'll start to feel these emotions, like they'll just come on
yeah.
and you'll be like, I don't understand.
Mhm.
Like why all of a sudden I wake up and now I'm like so worried about something,
Yeah.
or my body feels different and like not in a good way different.
Yeah. And it's again, it goes back to your not in alignment, or you're not living the life that you should be living anymore.
So your soul essence of who you are is guiding you to make a change.
Mhm.
And that's why you feel the discord, because the human thoughts that you're thinking are not in alignment with your soul.
Yes.
And so it kind of like pulls
Yes.
like this. And that is why we feel these things in our body. It's not a bad thing to feel this way. Like I actually wrote a post about this last night about fear and like the darkness, and like we've been taught to change it, to move it, to run from it, to numb it, like get rid of this feeling. This isn't a good feeling, but it's not a bad feeling. It's just showing you that something needs to be looked at here.
The exactly, like the point of it is to understand it. When
Yeah.
you understand it, then you can do something about it. But just getting rid of the feeling, which is what we're taught as a society, oh, have a drink when you're stressed. Like that is not solving anything.
No.
Abraham Hicks says, and this is so important, is that our emotions are an emotional guidance system. They're
Yeah.
letting you know what is a yes and what is a no. It's
Yeah.
not good or bad, it just is, right? And it's when things feel good, it means that's for you.
Yeah.
Go do more of that. Like,
Yeah,
if that's a
exactly.
good thing, go do that.
Yep. And that's what they say, like let joy be your guide.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like, I was thinking about this morning. You know how they say happiness is a choice? I do believe that's true. But it depends what kind of season you're in. Because if you are in a dark night of the soul when you're going through change, it can be really hard to access the feeling of happiness.
Yeah.
And that's okay. That doesn't mean that there's anything wrong and that you're doing it wrong. It's like this portal that you're in, you need to move through it to illuminate the light to whatever it is that you're feeling. And once you alchemize it and shift that part, then the happiness comes.
I have been in a dark night of the soul for the better part of 5 years.
Yeah.
Like my whole, like, because I woke up in 2020. Like I woke up to the realization of, wait a second. Like I started to question things. I woke up. And since 20, like, okay, maybe more of a solid 4 years. Since 2021, my
Hmm.
life has drastically changed. And it's been like, I've actively been trying to change it. And with that also has come a lot of like things out of my control. And that has affected my life, right? And
Hmm.
So when there's outside circumstances that are also affecting your life, like it's not an easy ride. And I'm not saying this to scare anybody. I'm saying this to first validate, to let you know that like if you've been going through the trenches, like sometimes it can take a couple of years, and like
Mhm.
not to scare, but to validate, like if you are going through it and really like been plummeted with like so many things, internal and external. Like sometimes it's like a 3 to 4 year transformation, but like
Yeah.
needed. Like it
Yeah.
takes time for the old programming and for the old people and situations and feelings to all be purged. Like it's not this like
Mhm.
weekend retreat. One of my clients reached out to me the other day and was like, "Hey, I know you had mentioned," because I'd mentioned to her to do the workout witch, somatics. And she was like, "Hey, do you think like maybe in lieu of that, this weekend retreat would be better?" And I read it over and it was like really, it really looks like a wonderful retreat. But my point was like, it's actually better to do things smaller over the course of a longer period of
Yeah.
time than going and doing this big like soul retrieval on a weekend where you do breath work and Reiki and I don't know if there's hypnosis, but like let's just say hypnosis and like yoga and like burning of whatever and purging that, because that will actually cause, I think, more harm,
I agree.
you
I
know?
could not agree more.
And that is
It's like,
coming from me, who is like all or nothing type of person. But I
yeah,
have learned with healing, it's slow and steady. And same with when I see my clients. Like I don't want this is not something we're going to quickly do. Like it's an unraveling, right? And that takes time.
yeah, it would be like this is what my guides are showing me. Like, let's say you have a house and you get really high winds, and then you get really friggin' hard rainfall, and like a hailstorm, and a snowstorm, and an ice storm, but like different times. But if you take that house and you hit
Yeah.
it with every single thing at once, like, no.
Yeah. It's too much.
The Well, because there's an integration period after.
Yes.
If you do any healing modality,
And breath work, what on its own, if you have a spent nervous system, like you can't be doing breath work and other things. I strongly wouldn't recommend it. And I know, we've had Emily on here who is the PTSD in trauma informed breathwork facilitator. She would be like, she actually told me like when I had my meeting with her, she's like, you need to relax. You need to relax. And I was like, okay. And she's like, she's like, with love, like we cannot be doing all of this all at once. She's like, there needs to
yeah,
be time in between, like chill the fuck out. And I was like, okay. Right. And
good.
so I've learned through my own life, but even through clients and other people,
It's because we just want to fix it.
we want to fix it, but it's like the integration of something. And I often say like I don't feel like I'm integrating, but like you don't know that.
Comes in waves.
It does, right? It does
Comes in waves.
comes in waves. And so
Yeah.
I think this brings us to, well, we didn't really get through all the emotions. We should maybe do that. Um,
Yep.
what would doubt feel like? Like it obviously it would be questioning yourself,
Yeah,
right?
your mind constantly asks questions.
Yeah, like, well, maybe I shouldn't be feeling this way, or maybe they shouldn't, and it's like we always doubt can happen, but if
Mhm.
this starts to become like part of who you are constantly, that's like a good indicator something's off.
Yep.
Obviously, worry that goes with fear.
Yep.
Um, overly worried about how that when the how question starts coming in, how is this going to work out?
When?
When,
Yep.
those are very common.
What am
Um,
I gonna do?
hmm?
What am I gonna do? That is a huge one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Sadness, you could be crying randomly. And I mean, these are all, again, there's nothing wrong with this, but this is what you could experience. You could be feeling heaviness in your chest or in your sternum, or like crying, or
Mhm.
just an overall sense of like maybe hopelessness.
Yeah.
depression, which is really, deep rest, depressed, like deep rest. It means you cannot keep going on this hamster wheel that you're on.
Mhm. Yep.
I actually have become friends with
Mm-hmm.
lately. I've relabeled it. Like, I don't look at it like it's depression. It's like, no, you need a nap, like a long one. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, body needs to rest.
Yeah.
What you're doing, and I can hear the chatter of people being like, oh, like, but I need to work, I need to pay my bills. And I know that struggle is so real. Krystle and I both know that struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Krystle more so for having two children that she's a full-time mom to, a single full-time mom to. Um, but listening to the body, if your body is like, I can't do this anymore, like it means you can't do it anymore. It means there is another way,
Yeah.
you know?
There's always another way.
You're always,
Always.
always. Have I
Yeah.
learned that? If we go back to this podcast from last year, we have seen the unraveling of me, and you guys have witnessed my transformation. So there's always another way. Just
We
you have to believe that.
we should watch the first episode.
God, it'll make me cry. You know what? I'm proud of us because that was
Me
scary
too.
and we did
Yeah.
it. So now we love doing this.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Feeling confused. This goes into doubt too, but just feeling like, why is this happening? Like, not maybe understanding why all of a sudden you're questioning your relationship, or, maybe self-blame too, like
Mm-hmm.
it come up. And
Mm-hmm.
anger. Anger is a big one. For me, not so much, but for a lot of people it is.
Yeah.
Just being angry at the world, angry at yourself, just experiencing anger, like hotness in the body, um, pissed off,
Yeah.
blaming others, just, not feeling like this is fair. And that's a totally normal experience as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, I can't read my writing here for the numb, numb. Feeling numb, this goes back to the dissociation feeling. You could be feeling nothing. You could be in a freeze response. There's different nervous system responses. Being in the freeze fawn response, where your fawn is where you're overly agreeable to anything because you don't want to upset anybody. Freeze is like where you just cannot. Like you will know if
Mm-hmm.
you're in freeze because you cannot do anything. You can't even respond. Like you'll be in bed, either doom scrolling or staring at the wall. Just you can't, you're paralyzed.
Yeah.
You'll be paralyzed. And
Yeah.
different states of that, like there's functional freeze where you go about your day and you're like, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. And you come home and you're like,
I'm
not.
not fine. Yeah.
And a lot of people live that way, right? And they don't
Yep.
know why. And then the confusion. And it's like, again, you're not in alignment. You're not living, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Like that is the most plain English I can put it in. What you're doing, it's not working anymore.
Nope. Nope.
Um, so what do you do? What do you do?
Okay, well, that's a
Here
great
are,
question.
here are some. So we're going to go through we're going to go through 10 healing modalities that you can go through over the course of 2 episodes. We're going to start with number one. And I know Krystle's going to agree with this. This is the first and foremost thing you're going to do. You're going to turn your phone off and you're going to sit and breathe.
Yeah.
You're going to sit with yourself. And
People don't like that, Morgan.
I know,
Do you
well,
know, do you know like they have a hard time being alone in the quiet.
I know. I'm going to tell you guys right now, meditation and or walking in nature without your phone and being present in nature. I don't care how you get present, go and do it. Go and figure it out. Meditation and or being in nature, but like here and now. And how we get in the here and now is through meditation, yoga as well.
Mhm.
You cannot do anything else until you're present because your mind, your ego, fear, doubt, worry, confusion, all these things are going to be running the show until you drop into the here and now.
When you quiet the outside world, it makes you really hyper aware of one, what you're feeling. A lot of people aren't aware of, what their bodies are feeling because they're just so used to feeling that way.
Yeah,
Or they're not even aware of the thoughts that are moving through their mind because they just allow it to run on autopilot like a TV in the background. That is not serving you.
it's
And
actually,
so,
you actually don't have to live that way. Like,
no, you don't.
you don't have to, like, that actually is not
How you should live.
how everybody lives. Like, I don't live
Yeah.
that way.
No, I
It's
don't
not-
either. No. And so one of the best things is just getting to know yourself.
Yeah,
And that's what you do in presence is you start to learn who you are, connection to self. And we
connection to self.
we access that in meditation. It doesn't have to look a certain way. Like you don't have to sit in the Om position, like it doesn't have to look like that. Meditation is, I mean, your goal is to quiet the mind, but you can also just witness the mind.
Yeah. A lot of people, when I ask them, have you meditated? Oh, I'm terrible at meditation. I'm like, that's the point. The
Yeah.
point is to be like, that is the friction, right? The friction
Yeah.
of quieting is the point of meditation. It's,
Yeah.
like, yes, we can, after meditation, we can go on about this, how you can then channel and become, psychically in tuned and all the things, but like, forget about that. Let's just start with the basic of fighting the good fight with your ego, you know, taking a deep breath. Like I use this when I've gone off meditation or when my ego is really loud. It's I'm focusing on my in breath. This is the mantra I use. I'm focusing on my out breath. And
Hmm.
because the ego is going to be like, "Blah, blah, 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 blah," like there's going to be so much. And then you're going to like, why is all this stuff happening? It's always happening. You're just now aware of it.
Yeah.
Like people think I sit down to meditate and now my ego gets loud. No.
Your ego's already loud.
This
You're
is
just
how my
quiet enough to hear it. Yeah.
yeah,
I meditate every day.
yeah.
Meditate slash channel slash energy healing.
I normally am. I've taken a break due to needing to be, because I am so psychically in tuned,
Hmm.
I had to stop meditating temporarily to try a different form of meditation because I would channel and I'm like, I have to stay on earth. Like I
Yeah.
have to be in my body. And so if I meditate because I'm so connected, I'm like, oh, I'm gone. I'm astral
Yeah.
trapped. And
That's
I'm
like
like,
me too.
this is so I'm so here you don't have to sit down and breathe only to get present.
Mhm.
I there's somatic exercises you can do, right? Walking in nature, but you can do walking meditation, which is a really,
Mhm.
if you're like, I can't sit still, walking meditation.
Yeah.
And you can actually put earbuds in and listen to a walking meditation where they'll ask you to like feel your foot as it like heel to toe as you walk and really feel it, become present in the moment. What are you hearing? What are you feeling? Like slowing down and becoming part of the moment. And when you do this like over the course of some time, there's nothing better in this world. Like there's
Yeah.
actually no better feeling.
Like you'll crave it.
Yes. You will not actually think you'll feel well unless you're present. Like you'll be
Yeah.
like, I'm having a bad day. Well, have you become present today? No,
Yeah.
that's your problem.
Because our mind is either focused on one thing in like a loop,
Mhm.
like an obsessive thinking, that's what I would call it, or it's projecting ahead. What should I be doing? I'm going to do this next. I'm going to do this next. It's like always wanting to plan so that you know the next step. It's like it's very rare that your mind is present.
Or it's worried or it's upset about something in the past. I should have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
And here's a really good example of how even like this happens to me. So I caught myself yesterday. I was like, you are being crazy over nothing. So,
Mm,
because we're wired, some
hmm.
people more than others, to worry.
Yep.
And so I have nothing to worry about. So now I'm worrying and obsessively thinking about which car I'm going to buy. And I'm like, Morgan, this is a luxurious experience. Like I'm doing this for pleasure and I'm sitting here. On my walk, I was like, well, I should do this and I should do this. I was like, ego, this is not based in survival. This is we're doing this literally out of pure pleasure and you are going
Mhm.
crazy. I'm like, these thoughts, this is crazy. Like this is actually like it just shows how the ego will latch onto anything.
Yeah,
Literally anything when it doesn't have something to do like and you have to actively be like, no,
we're
that
not doing that.
I'm
We're just not going there. Yeah.
I'm like, now we're panicking about a car? Like, I don't
I
even
really,
need a new car. It's not even like, it's not a need. And it just goes to show you how it doesn't have to be based out of survival. The ego will turn it into survival.
yeah, because the ego always wants an answer. So if you don't have the answer, it's going to search for it.
Yeah,
That's what it does.
yeah.
And
So
it,
your only job is to be like, no. I'm taking a breath I'm breathing through my in breath, I'm breathing through my exhale. I'm inhaling, I'm exhaling. Like whatever,
yep.
a mantra sometimes helps to quiet the ego because it gives it something to do. And I would start with like, if you've never meditated, start with 5 minutes a day, go up to 10. Like you'll crave more, but like 10 minutes is like a great place to start.
Yep.
Every day you will be a completely different person.
You can listen to guided meditations. I feel like those are really great for beginning
Mhm.
because it gives you something to focus on that's
Yes.
neutral.
Yes.
And that is the goal.
Yep.
That is the goal. And so, like, your mind can't be racing and thinking about, like what you're making for dinner or, that kind of thing when somebody's talking in your ears and is getting you to focus on certain things.
Well, it can, and then you'll check out, and then you'll be like, whoa, I'm sitting here meditating. What the heck just happened? And you'll be like, okay, I'm back. Right.
Bring ourselves back.
And people are like, well, that's really hard, but you don't realize this is always happening. You're just like you said, you're just now aware of it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy. And when you're
It is.
present like life is great.
Yeah.
Like being present is
Led.
it is there's like we could go into this for days, but like that's where everything starts in life.
Yeah.
That's where change can happen is through presence because now you can make a choice. Living on autopilot, you cannot.
Yeah, you're open to the infinite possibility
Mhm.
in the presence. And they always say like peace lives in the presence, but when your mind is
Mhm.
peaceful, so is your body.
Yes.
Like it ripples outward.
And it's also a compound effect, right?
Mhm.
So I don't want to like give anybody false hope. The first 5 minutes you ever meditate in your life's going to change. No,
Yeah.
your body's not going to change either. But it does rewire your nervous system to slow down. It rewires your mind. It helps you become resilient against stress.
Mhm.
Um, I know because I lived one of the most stressful lives in the past 4 years. It,
Yeah,
I'm telling you, like meditation, becoming present is it's medicine.
it is.
It is medicine. Um, what do we have on number two? I think it is. Some of these are not exactly in order, like they overlap, right? So I put hypnosis second, but
Yep.
hypnosis and or energy healing, right?
Well, hypnosis is good because it's like into the brain again, into
Yeah.
the mind,
Yeah.
which is
Okay.
the basis of everything. Like your mind is everything in this life.
So the reason why I wrote it this way. And people are like, well, why not therapy? Because therapy does not work in simple forms.
Doesn't
It
get to the root.
it doesn't. It will only get you so far. And
Yeah.
so I'm not against therapy, but if we're talking about healing modalities to help you to change your life as quickly and as most effectively as possible,
Yeah.
hypnosis for subconscious healing.
Like the most transformative, like therapy feels therapeutic
Oh,
to be able to talk about, like some people need to talk about their things, right?
truly.
Like maybe it's like a dump, but
Yeah,
it doesn't shift
yeah,
within you.
yeah,
And that's your goal is
right,
to make like the permanent shift.
yeah,
Hypnosis.
hypnosis. And so what it does, if you guys are not aware, is we access the subconscious mind. So the subconscious mind is makes up 90% of who we are. When we're in our conscious minds, which is what we are right now, we are only accessing 10% of who we are, right?
Mhm.
Imagine trying to beat your own heart and move your blood around your body and live in autopilot and have a conversation and think about your banking and cook it. Like you can't.
No,
So your conscious mind is a very small portion of you, and what's going on behind the surface is everything else. Because if we tried to do all of that at once, we wouldn't survive. Like
we
it's
couldn't.
we can barely even survive with the 10% we have.
Yeah.
So the purpose of it is we can access less similar to when we meditate, we can hear ourselves. Accessing the subconscious is like a layer even deeper. And
Mhm.
so we can really access stuck things that we're stuck on, we were not even aware we're stuck on. When we're like, why can't I stand my partner anymore? And we have no idea. Subconscious mind will let you know.
Yeah.
What do I need to be doing for a living? Or what do I need to be doing with my life? The subconscious mind has all of the answers.
Yeah.
So, why can't I get over something? Subconscious mind will tell you,
Yep.
right? So it's like I'm obsessed with it. I'm truly,
Hmm.
truly obsessed with it. And people often ask me, like, why'd you get in this line of work? And I always say, because I did it for myself and it radically changed my life. And so I use it out of a place of embodiment, not out of I just read this book and this is cool, right?
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, um, hypnosis for subconscious healing. I would then highly suggest energy healing. Like
Hmm.
energy healing has been so effing transformative for my life. I actually did energy healing. I feel like I just saw an orb. I
You
just,
did.
I had energy healing prior to doing hypnosis. And I'll tell you why it was so helpful. And you can share your story if you want. I didn't know myself and I was scared in my experience in all the changes that were happening, and then having somebody to be able to articulate what I was feeling for me was like the be all and end all experience. It
Yeah.
I was like, I don't have to bear all this weight alone.
Yeah.
And when people are like, well, what's energy healing? It's like you have a buddy system inside of who you are,
Yeah.
you know? And some people are like, that doesn't exist. And I'm like, okay. But there's different forms of energy healing, but like what you
Hmm.
do, Crystal,
Yeah.
it's like you become me
Yeah.
and you tell me what's going on. And like I do it now out of I just love it, right? I love
Hmm.
it. It's so helpful. It like things that I maybe cannot access myself, you do for me, right? Like you
Yeah.
ground me or be like, this is off, this is off. Like I don't work with energy the same way you do. And
Hmm.
you're like my buddy system. Like you come in, you're like,
Hmm.
I got you, it's okay.
Hmm.
Like it's like having a friend literally inside of your skin.
Yeah. And it's soothing.
Yes.
It's
Well,
like it's like okay. So, you know when your throat feels tight because you have like that emotion stuck?
mhm,
We can go into the energy and we can open the throat to relax the
yeah.
throat. We can take the pressure off your chest. We can take that pit out of your stomach. We can open up the hips and the pelvis. We can, get rid of the headache that you're feeling. It opens your energy center so that the restriction that you feel in your body is less.
Well, let's go into some more detail though, because when I like the way that the capacity that Krystle has is crazy. Krystle can literally see your blood. Like it's
Mhm.
very strange. I don't know how,
Yeah.
but like, can you elaborate more on like, let's pretend,
Okay.
let's talk about yesterday. You did an energy healing session for me. We focused on my chakras, but like you've gone in and you've looked at my bladder before. Like,
Yep.
let's
When
elaborate
I
on that.
so when I first connect with a soul, like there, because essentially what you're doing is you're calling in the energy of the person, the soul essence of the human and the soul, because I work with both. As soon as I don't even have to call you in yet, I can start to feel what you feel in my body. And so
Like
I
it's like you're
become
wearing me.
like I go into your body and
Yeah.
I'm like sitting in your body and I'm like, okay. So then what happens is I start go through the session and I start to see like it's like I don't guide the session. The session is guided and I go to where the energy needs to be because I work with ACHF, which is like a really highly multidimensional frequency. It knows what it needs to do to restore the soul and the human to the highest, um, like, I don't know, not health, but energetic standpoint, maybe. That's not the right word, but
You clear the garbage out.
yeah, like you go in and if it's like your lungs need to be cleared, right? If you have like irritation in the lungs, I will be guided into the lungs.
Yeah.
If you have, if your heart has tachycardia, is that I think that's what it's called, when it's like beating too fast, we go in, we slow down the heart rate.
And like, can we also just talk about how you get like medical knowledge during these
I
sessions
know.
that you've never heard of before? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, and then I have to Google it because I'm like, what is this? And then when we go into like, I can see the chakra centers and what they look like, and I can also feel them. So I know if they're restricted or if they're blocked or if there's too much energy flow happening that's like causing your stomach to be bloated because your root's blocked or like it's every session is different. You will never do the same session twice. And that when you do an energy session, this is where the integration comes in, is because you integrate for a maximum of 10 days after you've had a really deep energy healing session. Things can continue to move, but not backwards, like forwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, energy healing has been, it makes me emotional, like so helpful because living with PTSD, um, currently, I felt trapped in my body.
Yeah.
And I know as a practitioner what needs to be done, but there have been times where I'm like, I literally need an SOS. And energy healing for me has been that. It's,
Yeah.
because like for me to go take medication or like I am I've come to a more balanced place with that. But for a very long time, I was like, I do not want to take medication because
Yeah.
I don't want to numb myself. I know what it does to you. I've kind of eased off on that thought process now. I'm like, look, if you need something in the moment of a panic attack, like I think I was being a little bit hard on myself, but it's the energy healing is like, I'm not even kidding. When Krystle has gone into my energy, I've after the session, I'm like, I feel like I've taken like an anxiety pill. Like
Yeah.
that is how profound, it can be. Pain wise, like I feel like I forget who you had a client once, or maybe your brother, somebody, I don't know, where like you relieved like physical pain.
Yeah, his back
Yeah.
because his root was like cocked to the side.
Mm.
And so his left side of his back and his hip was like locked. And he Rylan is like not the type of person that like he's more open now, but he was like, yeah, sure, okay, like you can try it. And then I did it and he was like blown out of the water.
Yeah. So yeah, energy healing, guys. Like, and also don't hire just anybody because I know Crystal's
Yeah.
a bit of like a work hiatus, but here we are promoting her
Well,
services.
well, yes and no. Like I'm not promoting right now, but it doesn't mean that I won't do it.
Right. But also be like just be mindful of who you get to do your energy healing. So like you should just get Crystal to do it. And
Yeah.
and like even though she
Thank you.
doesn't, but it's true because you know I don't want to go through this big conversation, but you just want to make sure that the person who's doing your energy healing is also has integrity with their own life and energy
Yeah.
because that's very important, right?
It is very important.
So that's
Yeah.
what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Number four on this beautiful list that you and I are both going to agree on is IV therapy and naturopathic
Ugh.
medicine. Why? Why? First of all, I mean, naturopathic medicine I've been using for years,
Mhm.
as well as homeopathy. I didn't write that down, but that's to be noted.
Yep.
I don't take anything over the counter except
Hmm.
for Advil at sometimes. I use everything that I use for my health, and same with Crystal, is
Hmm.
all naturopathic medicine, like to for period cramps, to inflammation, to
Nervous system.
nervous system regulation, like headaches, essential oils, or sorry, that's not a symptom, pain, like anything you can imagine. I'm getting all over the place. Anything you can imagine, you can figure out with naturopathic medicine. Okay.
What what I would like to say is this is how I would describe Western medicine, and I'm not knocking it because we do need it sometimes.
Mhm.
Western medicine doesn't treat the root of what is happening. It is simply a
Band-Aid.
band-aid for the symptom.
Yeah.
It doesn't heal the reason.
I mean, I think the only time this is not true is like if you have an infection, but you can cure an infection naturally,
Yeah.
which I chose not to do recently, but you can, and like
Yep.
a broken bone.
Yeah, absolutely. Like that's what I mean. Like we do need Western medicine.
Yes.
Most of the time when you go to the pharmacy, like you're buying the Band-Aid.
Mhm.
You're buying the Advil to numb the pain or and like when you're having period cramps, like yes, you're gonna take Advil, right?
Right.
But that's all I meant by that. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I'll use me as an example to give people who are listening like a tangible answer. I have a dysregulated nervous system from childhood and from other stuff. Now, Western medicine would say take Valium and an antidepressant.
Mhm.
Okay, what does that do?
Yeah.
It literally forces your nervous system to calm down, which I understand is necessary at times.
Yeah.
And an antidepressant, what does it do? It numbs you. Or
Yeah.
an antipsychotic, what does it do? It numbs you. I had a client, here's another example. I had a client on such a high dosage of antidepressants, she could not feel anything. I was like, where do you feel sad? I don't feel sad. I'm like, why are you in my office? Well, my life
Yeah.
is wrong all over the place. I'm like, we looked at her dosage of antidepressants, and when she started to come down, she could start to tell me where she could feel things. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
It's
so
important.
it's important. So if you have no desire to heal yourself at all, then that's fine. But it all it's going to do is numb you. And imagine putting a Band-Aid on a volcano. Okay. So that is like people's mental health. We put a Band-Aid on a volcano. It's a fresh, nice Band-Aid. Okay. You
Mhm.
cover it up. After a while, though, the
Mhm.
lava starts to soak up the Band-Aid. And now it's
Yeah.
exploding. And the pressure from the Band-Aid being on there has now caused more harm. And that's
Yeah.
what happens when you're on medication only
Yeah.
for treating mental health, nervous system, etc., pain, whatever. When
Yeah.
you only, I don't want to say it's a bad thing. When it's the only source of treatment, it's like covering up a volcano.
Yeah.
I understand it's necessary at times. Like there's other things you can do. So, and those things are naturopathic medicine, homeopathy, and
Mhm.
IV therapy. IV
Yeah.
therapy, like
Oh, I know.
when
Yeah.
I had such bad nervous system dysregulation last year and I went for an IV drip, my heart rate when I walked in was at 164 and it came back down to normal after.
Yeah.
Like you can get magnesium right in your veins. Why would you not want that?
Exactly. It is beautiful. Like I hadn't done it's really weird because 2025 for me has probably been up until recently the hardest year I've had since 2021.
Okay.
Okay, ish. And I hadn't been going for IV therapy because I kind of like was just not doing that for myself. And I went last week and I walk in and I said to Dr. Baker, I was like, he's like, what are we doing today? Ozone therapy. And I said, I just want you to make me a bag of happiness. I just want all the good things, all the things that support my nervous system and like my mind. And that's literally what he made. I walked out of there feeling so freaking alive. Like, I don't know what he put in that bag, but like they know the body so well and what
Yes.
the body needs to function health in a healthy way
Right.
that they can support you like deeply into the root and core of your body.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like hands down, if you don't have a naturopathic
obsessed.
doctor, get a naturopathic doctor and get
Yes.
your rear end in for IV therapy. I don't care who you are. Stress happens to
Yeah.
everybody. Everybody can use it, right? You will
Stress
overall be healthier.
stress is one of the worst things for your body.
Worst. You
Yeah.
are better off getting hit by a truck and
Yeah.
having, your bones broken than dealing with like stress all the time.
Long-term stress.
It's
Yeah.
it's like it's awful.
Yeah.
Now, you have not experienced number five, I don't think. And again, it doesn't have to be this, but some type of body work.
Hmm.
Now, I wrote down Bowen therapy because Bowen therapy has been literally hands down one of the best body work. What am I trying to say? Body work things. I don't know the word I'm looking for that I've used.
Hmm.
I was in a very bad accident. I don't remember what age I was, maybe 19. I got T-boned really bad. My door was like smashed in and I was jammed into the seatbelt. Like I couldn't get out of the car. That had caused me like still now, years of problems.
Yeah.
My dad's a chiropractor, okay? So I went for chiropractic, I went for massage, I went for physio for many years. Many, many, many years. And at 27, I found a Bowen therapist, and I'm kid you not, after I think it was 3 treatments, like my pain level that I had been living with consistently dropped in half. Like
Wow.
like after 3 treatments.
I
And
haven't even heard of it.
so it works on the fascia of the body.
Hmm.
And it also, I believe we should have Jill on here, my Bowen therapist. It also works on, it like gives signals to your body to heal itself. So she does these like it's
Right.
very non-invasive. So like if you're in a lot of pain, and it also works on the nervous system to calm down like stress, anxiety, depression, all of the mental health things, grief. It's like it works with Chinese medicine. So it works on the meridians,
Right.
it works
Yeah.
with fascia, and it tells the body basically, we need healing in this spot. Come here and fix yourself. So she
Gotcha.
doesn't actually fix you, she signals to the body to fix itself. It can
That's
literally
amazing.
change scoliosis,
Wow.
right? Like this is big in the horse community. Like Bowen for horses is huge, right? To help their spine. It can literally realign the spine. Like it's
Wow.
yeah,
Is it similar to um osteopathy?
no. Kind of, but no.
Cool.
So I don't know. I've done every friggin' bodywork healing modality you can name. I have done it, and I swear by this. I'm
It's
sorry,
amazing.
Dad, but like you're a chiropractor, but like forcing bones to move. I know it's necessary, but you can also readjust your neck with Bowen naturally. She can like tell your neck like these bones are out of alignment, and they will click into place naturally. It won't happen like a crack, but slowly they'll get pushed back into place. It's crazy.
Well, well, that's what our body is designed to do.
Yes.
And that's what a healer does. The
Yes.
healers don't heal you. Healers just turn on the healing within you so you heal yourself.
Yep. They just show you where you're out, where you
Yeah,
need to go.
yeah.
So
That
Bowen,
is
it
fascinating.
is, it's just like lovely. Like I clench my jaw a lot lately.
Yeah,
She can unlock my jaw, which helps with my clenching that I don't want to clench because it like changes the subconscious part. Like it almost works on the subconscious as well, because if the jaw's always clenching or your arm's always sitting a certain way, when it changes, the subconscious is unlocked, right? So
right.
it's, I don't know, it's friggin' fascinating.
I wonder if we have that here. I'm gonna look
For
into it.
sure.
Bella has lockjaw, and they want us to go
Go
to,
to Bowen therapy.
well, they want us to go to an orthodontist.
You don't need to.
Well, I don't want to permanently change her bones.
You won't need to.
Yeah,
Go to Bowen. I'll
okay.
ask Jill if she knows somebody. I'm sure she does.
Okay. Yeah,
So
that would be great.
it is, it's amazing, and I highly recommend if you're in pain, if you have scoliosis, if you are have mental health issues, if you've experienced grief, like because it works with Chinese medicine, if you are experiencing depression, anxiety, literally anything you can think of, Bowen therapy will help. Like,
Yeah,
period, the end.
that's amazing.
Yeah. So that concludes part one of
Hmm.
healing modalities. If you are in a crisis or you're not in a crisis and you just want to live a healthier life, here are the 5 steps. Okay. Meditation, being in nature without your phone, presence, activating presence. Number 2, hypnosis for subconscious healing. Number three, energy healing with Krystle. Number four, IV therapy or naturopathic medicine. And number five, Bowen therapy. And you can interchange, the order of these really, but these are like the five core. You can do
Hmm.
massage as well. I didn't find massage to be nearly as transformative as Bowen. So that's just
Yeah,
my opinion.
that's beautiful.
Yeah. So this concludes today. We will see you guys in a couple of weeks for part two. And
Hmm.
we love you all so much. Thank you for being here.
Have a beautiful day.